we be with the world that we be with now. Sometimes it can be a very dense vibration, and sometimes it can be very light. So when we are vibrating from that consciousness of oneness, it just radiates out like, whoa, whoa, right? And it's so amazing. And we just simply allow it to be. That's it. Just let it be, and we're blessed by it. Yes. And our opening song is one of those kind you want to dance to, dance in your seat or dance up on your feet. You Got a Light.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today we have the wonderful Nick Costa sitting in for Jeff this morning. And we're going to get started with You Got a Light. You see the parentheses? That means it's your turn to sing, okay? You got a light, you got a light, and it's shining out for everyone to see. You got a light, you got a light, and it's shining out for everyone to see. By some kind of miracle. I was waiting on you. You gotta love. You gotta love. And it's shining out for everyone to see. You gotta love. You gotta love, and it's shining out for everyone to see. By some kind of miracle, I feel that love in me. You got a joy running through you now that just can't be denied. You've got a spirit like a firecracker lighting up the sky. You got a power. You got a power. Everybody, and it's shining out for everyone to see. You got a power. You got a power, and it's shining out for everyone to see. By some kind of miracle, I feel that power in me. You got a light. You got a light, and it's shining out for everyone to see. You got a light. You got a light, and it's shining out for everyone to see. By some kind of miracle, I feel that light in me. Let's do that a couple more times. By some kind of miracle, I feel that light in me. One last time, nice and loud, raise the roof. By some kind of miracle, I see that light in me.
Letta and the band. Woo! What a great way to start our service today. My name is Sharon. I am here with some transformational opportunities. I'm just going to hit the highlights. Details will be on these beautiful screens in back of me. On the flyer that the greeters handed you on your way in, and on our website. Yes, I did it. Okay. So next Sunday is a very special Sunday called Ask the Ministers. Rev Kelly and Rev Paul will join us via Zoom, and Rev Edith will moderate. There's a sheet in the lobby to put your questions on, so please be thinking about that, and it's always a very engaging, insightful Sunday. And SEE, believe it or not, starts next week. These classes are an incredible way to dig deeper into your faith, your love, your unity beliefs. Scholarships are available if you can't quite come up with the funds. And is there anyone here in the audience to talk about SEE this week? Yes, come on up.
Good morning.
Thank you, Errol.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Woohoo! I'm going to channel Brad a little bit today, so sorry. I'm also a teacher, so I'm used to talking anyway. Can you see yourself at SEE Week? Really? You too can see the light if you participate but in all seriousness, yes. What is SEE Week? I've participated in it in the past. We have teachers from around the country and within our church who are teaching the classes. And for me, what it did is allowed to dig deeper into the spiritual teachings that we talk about on Sunday mornings. It allows us to take those teachings and make it into our own, make it a part of ourselves. It also allows us to strengthen our sense of community because you'll be meeting people from the church that you may not have been able to really get into in an in-depth class and meet them and see what they offer. Are these going to be on Zoom at all? Okay. So I mentioned that because we also have had people in the past from around the country and even internationally sometimes join with the SEE classes. And so that was really intriguing and interesting for me. Let's see, just a few points. So, and if you have questions about which one you would like to do, just look at the program and see which one of those speak to me. And speak to yourself, speak to your heart, and follow that. I would really encourage you to do that. It is an opportunity that you will find immensely rewarding. So thank you today. Have a great day.
So next Sunday after service, the spirit groups will be celebrating their activities during our community time. So please make a point of being here. Yes, okay, good. And to celebrate with them. And on Friday, June 7th, we have our next Friday concert series. Thank you, Ms. Deletta. It will be here in the sanctuary at 7:30, but you can also have a private Zoom link so you can enjoy it in your home. All the proceeds from these concerts continue to support Ms. Deletta and the band. So please think about joining in and enjoying the evening. Did I go the wrong way? I did. Sorry. My bad. Our foundation here at Unity is prayer. Carol is our prayer chaplain today. She is happy, honored, privileged to pray with you in person. If you choose not to do that, we do have a prayer box at the back of the sanctuary where you can submit a request for prayer. And now it is time for our daily word for Sunday, May 26th. And the word for today is comfort. Oops. Thank you. And our affirmation is, I am comforted by the embrace of divine love. I am comforted by the embrace of divine love. When someone dear to me transitions, I may feel fearful and alone. I do not hide from my feelings or seek to numb them, even if I feel tempted. Grief has come to pass, but it cannot pass until I acknowledge and feel it. Opening to all my heart is holding, I feel a presence far stronger than pain. Even in deepest grief, divine love is strong within me, lifting me, making my feelings bearable. As I feel comforted by this love, I become increasingly aware of the peace and strength in my heart. Even in my grief, I am grateful to trust the healing comfort of divine love. It blesses me today and will be an ongoing presence as I need it. My love for those I lost is eternal and unchanging, just like God's love for me. Today's Bible verse is from the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 4. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Let's just take a moment to reflect on our word for today, comfort.
And now it is time for our meditative part of this service. I invite you to join me in closing your eyes. And if you would rather keep them open, I invite you to have them at a soft gaze, focusing on one spot that you're drawn to in this room. For we affirm there is no spot where God is not. And simply be in this now moment. Returning to acknowledging your body, giving great gratitude for all of the life experiences it has led you through. And that each of those experiences perhaps cause you to be free to be in this moment. And perhaps there is something that you're still holding on to from a long time ago. I invite you to call that up, whatever it is that comes up first, that is the it. Whether you want to claim it or not, maybe it's something else, right? But know that that one thing that is coming forth as I invite it to come. And just being with that thought, that memory, that experience. And know that it has come up to be freed. We rest in the assurance that freedom is always available right now and in every moment of every day. That we are like the lotus flower, rising up from the muddy waters to be transformed. And as we take a little pause and go into the silence, may we say these words to ourselves: I am free. I am free. Releasing and letting go, and knowing in this moment that we are free and free indeed. I am free. In the silence, we join together and go deeper and deeper and deeper. I am. I am. I am free. May these words be yours. I am free. I invite you to say it with me. Join in. I am free. Once again. I am free. And just put your hands to your heart and say it one more time. I am free. And in this expanded state of consciousness, we have the awareness of being free from anything that has bound us up, free from anything that has chained us to the past, free from anything that is causing us to stay there. And know that we are free in this moment to soar high as a bird. In this moment, we name it and claim it, and so it is. Amen.
I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past. Celebrate who I have become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past. Celebrate who I've become. I'm beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. And I la da 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 da. Oh, da 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 da.
Our wonderful, wonderful music director, Ms. Deletta Galepsy, and our wonderful Namaste band. Yay. Thank you for blessing us today. Have you ever felt like you wanted and needed to be free from something in the past? Anybody? I see a bunch of hands and nods. Yeah. What were some of the ways you became free? Anybody want to share? Anybody? Forgiveness, surrender, prayer. Letting go, let God. Practicing principles in your life. Yes. Change your behaviors. Yes. Going to the ocean. That's what I did all last week. You see the tan? I know you don't know. You don't understand. I didn't know black people got tans until I moved to Los Angeles. They don't tan in Gary, Indiana. I'm sorry. It's too cold. There was a young man in his 20s named Leo, and he had a desire to be free. He lived in a small town, and his life was a tapestry of unspoken fears woven by the threads of addiction. His life was woven by the threads of addiction. The drugs he thought were his escape. The drugs that he thought were his escape was actually his prison. And the vibrant colors of the tapestry turned to gray. One day, he was kind of wondering how to get out of this kind of fog, this grayness. If you could imagine, like, when clouds are gray and it's just like blah, right? He wanted to know how to do that, and he found himself at a crossroads. And he had to decide whether he wanted to continue down the path of destruction or if he wanted to go to the intimidating path of recovery. Well, Leo made a choice that day. He chose to step into the light, to seek help, and to transform. That journey, however, was not easy. But at every step, Leo could see that the chains of addiction, they were weakening. He went to 12-step meetings, and slowly the fragments of his true self began to emerge. As Leo healed, however, he discovered a newfound courage within himself. He realized that his story could be a beacon of hope. He realized that if he shared, that maybe someone would transform as well. Now, at first, when he would speak, his voice kind of trembled. He was a little afraid, but his words then became more of a whisper. Now, we're talking about power here, and our spiritual power for this month of May is power. And the disciple is Philip, and he represents power over our own thoughts, right? Like Leo was a little afraid of what people would say to him. The color just happens to be what? Purple, and you know it. I said purple power Philip, PPP, the 3 Ps. And the location is the root of the tongue. And in the 12 Powers of Man, the book by Charles Fillmore, our co-founder of Unity, it says this, that the throat is the power center, and in the throat it controls all the vibratory energies of the organism, that it helps the formless become formed. And so if you could imagine that when we don't have power, the vocal cords near our larynx, they stay open and it's difficult for sound to come out. It's just a physical thing, right? Right back there. So that's why it's the power center. And yet, when we do have power, the vocal cords vibrate and sound comes out easily. So typically we're able to speak, right? But when we're held back and when our power is diminished, it becomes very difficult for us to even speak the word or even whisper the word. And that's how it was for Leo. That as he began to share his own struggles and triumphs, that his voice grew stronger and his stories took flight. Yeah, they did. And in a book by Martha Smock, an old-time Unity minister, called Halfway Up the Mountain, she said, "Freedom is yours, but you must realize it and claim it. There is nothing that can limit you or bind you, for in truth, in spirit, you are free, unfettered, and unbound." You hear that? You are free, unfettered, and unbound. So I was a lot like Leo. Yeah. As a child, I started drinking because, back then, I don't know about you guys, but, grown people would just give child, "You want a little sip, baby? Want a little to here? Have just a little bit of this." And my parents did that, and I liked it. Well, my mother didn't. Well, did she? No, my mother. It was my dad. Okay, Dad. And I really liked it. So I would sneak and get it when I could throughout those years. Less when I was younger, more when I became a tween. Y'all know tweens, right? That's that in-between. Yeah. And I started smoking marijuana as a tween. And then, as a young adult, I became an opiate addict, mostly heroin. And by the time I was 24, I sold a dime bag of weed, of marijuana, to an undercover cop and got a felony. 39 years ago, at age 25, I had another felony charge for drugs, for possession and sales of heroin and powder cocaine. And because of the marijuana charge, I was sent to prison. Yeah. 39 years ago. I was like Leo, and I thought that my life had no meaning, no purpose, and no hope. No hope. No possibility. That I was just, as they had said, worthless, sinner. I was nothing. And after my release, I had twin sons, and I left Los Angeles at some point, and I ended up in Minneapolis. It was a longer story, but this is the short part of it. And I was at a crossroads too. Do I stay in despair? That which was comfortable? You might think it's not comfortable, but it's comfortable because we get used to being in whatever rut that we're in, because we don't even know it's a rut. Or do I seek some assistance? At that time in Minneapolis, there were people who kept showing up that would see things in me that I didn't know was there. And I didn't know whether I should believe them or not, but I think I became willing. And Werner Eckhart, who was the founder of EST, if anybody ever heard of EST, that then became the Forum, he said this: you and I possess within ourselves at every moment of our lives and under all circumstances the power to transform the quality of our lives. So I started college one more time. I know, I started college at 17, and yeah, it took me about 29 years to get a bachelor's. But I did it, and then got a master's, just saying. And I hadn't even learned about unity, but I remember very clearly in this course I was taking at 31 that we went and did informational interviews, and I realized that I was good manual and finger dexterity and whatnot. And so I could probably be good at a construction job, non-traditional job. And as I interviewed 3 different construction possible job opportunities, it was the electricians that lit me up. I know. But it's the truth. It really, really is the truth. I said to them, what do I need to do to come back here? They said, go to school and come back in 2 years. Go to trade school for construction electrician and come back in 2 years. So I did that. I told those white guys, I will be back in 2 years. That was my affirmation. I will be back in 2 years. And I don't know where it came from, must tell you, because I completed high school and I would go to college and I wouldn't finish, you know. When I was going for my associate's degree, I thought I don't need an associate's degree. I'm going to school to be a nurse. So I didn't get it. Had the credits, didn't get it, because, you know, I was in my 20s. I know everything. 2 years later, I was in there. 31 years ago. And I became the first African-American female licensed electrician in the state of Minnesota. And my new therapist asked me a couple months ago, well, why do you keep paying your union dues, and why do you keep up your license? I said, because I can. She said, but you know it won't take anything from you if you were to let it go. Lo and behold, yeah. I called my union. They said, you know you're eligible for retirement on April 1st. So now I got 3 pensions. Boom. And on Tuesday, on this Tuesday, May 28th, which was Memorial Day weekend, on this Tuesday, I'll have 30 years in continuous sobriety and recovery. Remember, Werner Erhard said, I had the power within me to transform the quality of my life. And I know you do too. And those people who you care about, who may be in the throes of something. Byron Katie said these words, everything happens for me, not to me. Let's say that together. Everything happens for me, not to me. Now, marijuana in California and other places in the country is no longer illegal. So in the time that I lived there, it became it's legal now. In California, they have like little shops called cookies. So Koswa and I were going to one of our favorite Indian restaurants, and there was the cookie place, Blue. She says, we should go there and get some cookies. I said, babe, that's not the kind of It was really beautiful building. It looked like it might have some good, not for me and not for she. But what I found out is that because it's so old, I can't go to the courts and say, hey, will you expunge it all? All people who have marijuana charges in California can go back to court and they just release them. It's no longer, because it's not illegal anymore. So mine would get done, and therefore I would only have one charge. All of that stuff that happened before would all go away. But it's so old, they can't find it. It doesn't come up on those background checks. Too old. They were on computers back then, you know. It's called microfiche. And they have to fish it from somewhere if they can find the fish. Yeah. Here's the thing. That the tapestry of life turned from gray, like with Leo, into beautiful colors. In the middle was a lotus flower. The lotus flower, my friends, represents growing out of the muddy waters, like the muddy waters of life, to spiritual enlightenment, growth, and rebirth. You see, I have been reborn. Not because of what somebody else said, but because of how Spirit has transformed my life. Yeah. And in Rising Strong, Brene Brown wrote these words. She said, you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. I can't be reduced anymore because of it. Because it has. It's cost me jobs. I can't work at a nuclear power plant. Seriously. Why would I want to? But I wanted to. Cushion job. Couldn't work in the mayor's office because the jail was there. Even though they handpicked me for that job, and I was going to work next to my other black friend, Archie. It was going to be Edith and Archie again. Couldn't. My union couldn't go. Went to them and said, hey, she's changed her life. They said, we don't care. She's got a record. What? I'm 64 and refuse to be reduced by it anymore. Okay, so what happened? 6 weeks ago, I was on a treadmill, reading an Essence magazine, something I don't normally do on a treadmill. I usually just flip through my phone, listen to a bunch of music, Beyonce, you know. And I was compelled to take this magazine, and I was reading this article that Oprah had, but she was being interviewed for a change. And the interviewer said, you know, you've done all these amazing things. People think you're so amazing, and you've done this, and you've done that, but tell us when you had a challenging time in your life. I know, for Oprah, right? You think, did she ever? She said in her 20s was the most challenging time of her life and where she learned the most. She said the 20s are a time for exploration and growth. So in that moment, Spirit put it on my heart to share this today. And I went, I'm not telling that. Why do I need to do that? Ooh. So I went to my therapist. She said, of course. I went to my sponsor. Okay, I'm going to tell you what she said. She said, you know, you're just as sick. We're all as sick as our secrets. I'm like, oh. Dang it. And I've been working through it this whole time. I needed to be okay with saying this. I've never shared it, ever, in a church. Not with anyone. That I, Edith, went to prison. Who would say that, right? Because of the social stigma of it. Oh, that bad person. There's a lot of good people that are in prison. A lot of great people who get transformed, and some who never do. I am grateful somehow Spirit wanted me to get sober in a way that I could say this to you today. Yeah. So working through this 39 years, right, since when I went to prison, as I worked through it, I started to become free, which is why I titled the title, Blessed to be Free. Or Free to be Me. Free to be, that's it. Free to be is blessed, but the title is Free to Be. Yes, that's it. And Martha Smock, that unity minister I talked about, she said, the freedom to be is to be all that God created you to be. It's yours. Not someday, but right now. That my someday is right now. That our someday is right now. That we don't have to fear what other people think of us. Because somebody's going to always say something, right? We don't have to own it just for today. That perhaps with me sharing with you today that it normalizes the stigma behind trauma, abuse, and pain. Perhaps. And the more that we share about these things, the more that we know that it's just normal life journey. And it's okay. That it's okay for me to make mistakes. It's okay when somebody's like, oh, Reverend Edith, you didn't do this. Maybe I just made a mistake. Maybe I forgot to call. Maybe I'm not good with cards. I get cards for people. And I have cards I've had for 10 years. And I never sent them. I have sympathy cards for people in the congregations I've served. I still have them. I'm not my mother who sent cards to everybody. And so when we're looking at how is it that I'm going to be in the world, well, we just be in the world to be ourselves. That we're free to be who we came here to be. That there is this spiritual essence within us that is moving us, that is driving us to be the amazing, beautiful lotus flower that we are. That out of the muddy waters, there's this beautiful, exquisite, juicy, sensual, sexy, amazing flower that is us. Put your hands like this. This is our lotus flower right here. It's right here. When you hear the musicians do what they do, I can't do it. I wish I could. I just do air. I'd be like you, John. I've been a pianist. Oh, none of you been that way. You can drop your hands, right? I channel my inner Beyonce or Tina Turner, you know, when I put the heels on, you know what I mean? That perhaps you can see what is possible for someone you know. Perhaps you can see something possible for your own self in the murky waters. Perhaps you can see that people are able to be free. Perhaps you are able to see how lives can be transformed despite what happened to them as young people. Perhaps in the depths of despair, I could rise. I could be reborn. I could be renewed. And so can we. That we can do that together. That we can bring people to this thing called unity. What is unity? Well, it's a way to transform our lives, moment by moment, hour by hour, day by day. They say in 12 steps, it's one day at a time. Mm-hmm. See, my 30 years is not promised to me until I wake up on Tuesday. My sponsor told me, we get these little things called medallions. Your chip is in the mail. It'll be there on the 28th because she refuses to, don't touch it. And I won't. In my sharing, perhaps someone who is listening will be inspired to break and free of their own chains, right? Like if you had a chain across your back, across your heart, across your head, that you break the chain, break the chain, break the chain, break the chain, and it's gone, and it never comes back. Yes. Yeah. That no matter what society says, it's just a big lie. That we all have the ability and capability to change and to embrace change and to never fear the power within us. Because we all have it. And our Bible verse for today can assist us with our own freedom. Here it goes. It comes from Galatians chapter 5, verse 13, and it says, "For you were called to be free, brothers and sisters. Only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for self-indulgence, but through love, serve one another." Serve one another. That's why we're here. We're not here just because, I want to sit my little butt in the seat. We're here to serve one another. And the more that we realize we're doing that, not just here, but in our day-to-day life, the more that it shows up because it bounces back to us like a boomerang. What does it take to be free? It takes knowing this too shall pass. It takes having resilience. It takes believing. It takes trust. It takes knowing there's something that we are not seeing yet, and yet it's there. You can make a change. You can transform. You can be a blessing. You can be an inspiration. You can be a role model. You can be someone who shares from your pain. You can be someone who shares from your experience. You can be someone who shares your hope. You can be someone who shares from your own tenacity. You can be someone who shares from your own capacity to be transformed. That you can show people transformation is real because it's living in your body.
Yes.
And if it's living in your body, remember we talk about power and it's at the root of the tongue and how it vibrates out. That vibration is a real vibration and it has no boundaries and it moves and it moves and it moves mountains and it moves people and it moves people who have things to say and it moves people's awareness because it changes hearts.
Amen.
My heart has been transformed here in this short time. Yesterday was 2 years, me being here. My life has been so transformed here, and I don't even understand what you do to me. Because of you, I am free. I never, ever, ever have to consider myself as some, convict or prisoner or any of that other stuff. Perhaps we all can be free together and move the needle forward, move our paths in a way that is light, like Leo. Leo became light. We are all light, and we just don't know it sometimes. And those people who we love are light too, and they just don't know it. Who's going to stand up for someone like they stood up for me? Who? Who's going to stand up? It's good. This is good. And our affirmation can assist us with where we want to go with this. Here it goes. I'm going to say it once and then invite you to say it with me. I am free to be all I am created to be, limitless, liberated, and living my best life. Together, please. I am free to be all I am created to be, limitless, liberated, and living my best life. Yes. So just take that to your heart for a moment. Hold on. Just take it to your heart. Take it to your heart. Feel that vibration. It's all vibrating and everything. And suck it back into your heart. And allow that vibration to go from the top of your crown chakra down through your feet, grounding you into Mother Earth because we're part of all of it. And take a breath, breathing in. And saying this affirmation one more time. Why? Because we depend on it and the planet depends on us. Together? I am free to be all I am created to be, limitless, liberated, and living my best life. Y'all need to stand up. Let's say this affirmation and put your body in it. Do any kind of motion you want to put. It all helps with the vibration. I did a lot of yoga last week. Anyway, let's say it one more time together. I am free to be all I am created to be, limitless, liberated, and living my best life. And so it is, and so we allow it. Amen. Namaste. Ashe. Thank you.
let it go. I release the thing I'm clinging to. I release what's holding me, and I'm falling into God's love. I let it be. There's nothing more for me to do, nothing more to say. I'm just falling into God's love. I feel Spirit holding me. It is lifting me on high. I rise on a power I can't see. On the wings of love I
Thank you. Thank you for that incredible music. Stand up. We gotta just bless this incredible woman. Oh my God, you have freed us. You have freed yourself. We have freed us. The energy has just blasted out of this space. Thank you. Thank you. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. We behold the love, the light, the God that you are. And so it is. Woo!
Thank you.
If anyone has any doubt that this is the safest place to be you, I hope that doubt is gone. We love you, Edith. As she had me in tears. I don't know about you guys, but I was in tears. Things happen to us in this journey. We hold them like a prison sentence. We live into them. And then one day, Spirit calls, and we hear Spirit. And we choose to step one step at a time on that path to change. I come here, and even when I'm not here, I'm on Zoom. I am so grateful for you. Thank you. Now back to business. This is the time to say thank you with our abundant prosperity. There are many ways to do that. There's an offering box in the back. You can be a consistent giver. There are envelopes on the back of your chair. However you choose, we thank you and we are very grateful. We're coming back next Sunday and do this all over again. So let's together affirm our love offering blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am so grateful. And our children are ready to come in.
So today we have puppets, and these puppets are sending out into the universe their own words that become God's words that become the universe's words. So your words are, Jonathan?
I am lovable. Loving. I am loving.
I am tendermind, I am adaptable, I am compassionate, and then the sixth one is I am fair-minded, I am decisive, and I'm pretty active.
I can be more, I can help people and be kind. I am good to be kind. I'm going to clean up my classroom. I'm kind and I'm loved. I am kind and I love my family. I am loved and I love my whole family.
Okay, now into the universe. Remember, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Right. So you heard those words, right? So that's what they are sending out into the universe. And I suggest that you send some out there as well. Because words are power. And that's what we talked about this month. Because what's this month's power? Power. Right. And so they also have in their packets a sheet that looks like this, because they've got a homework assignment. Because it's Memorial Day, they're going to fill out a sheet on those people that they want to remember in memory of. And it could be anybody or anything. So they're supposed to bring back a completed sheet next week. And then they also have the thing that goes along with the puppets, and there were questions on there that you can also go over them with. The last thing we talked about is being guardians of what? The planet. Okay, guardians of the planet. Because guess what? How many of you, and I want you to be truthful, put your hands up. How many of you go in the bathroom when you brush your teeth and let the water run? Okay, just want you to know that when you do that, you are wasting 12 quarts of water. Get wasted when you let the water run when you brush your teeth. All right, when you take a shower. Okay, so we had some folks who actually admitted that they take 30-minute showers. So some of them have to be the last one in the household that takes a shower. When you take a shower, which wastes less money than a bath filling the tub, although some of us love a nice hot tub, but how many quarts of water per minute does the shower make? Yes.
13 and 16.
Yeah. 13 to 16 quarts of water per minute. 16 of these per minute. So think about that. I don't know if the math was actually correct, but somebody told us how many quarts of water is that for a 30-minute shower?
480.
480 quarts with his 30-minute shower. But I have to say, he's not the only one who raised his hand. So anyhow, we're gonna use just excerpts from Guardians of the Planet every week, because we are guardians of what? The planet. Yes. All right. So that's what we got for you today. I want to thank those who stepped in last week while we were on the sunny sands of Mexico. I so appreciate that. I can even show you the tan I got. Look. So it was wonderful. Okay, so are we ready? Who wants to start? Okay, your hand went up first.
I am the light of the world. I live as the light.
Okay, who's next? Me. Okay.
You are the light of the world. You live as the light.
Okay, everybody. And now stand for our closing songs. And have a wonderful Memorial Day tomorrow for those who do that. And a wonderful week. I'll see y'all next week. Oh, sorry. Whoa. So, my friends, I want you to go out, and when you're thinking about tomorrow and the next day and the next day, claim, I am free to be me. Just go out there and spread it. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bob Marley.
But don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile to the rising sun. Three little birds sit on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melody pure and true, singing, this is my message to you. But don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about the thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile to the rising sun. Three little birds sit on my doorstep, singing sweet, sweet songs, melody pure and true, singing, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. But don't worry about a thing, no, 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 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Come on, JR. Don't you worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Oh, don't worry about a thing, no, 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 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, no, 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 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright.